Good morning, everybody. It's Brandon. I will start in about 1 minute. Just waiting for everybody to finish logging on. Okay, we're going to get started. Welcome everybody to the continuation of the client creator training. Thanks for joining me. Um, Today, I'm going to go over how to create a listing lead capture page. So, a lot of you have listings that come up and you need to get a lead capture page created. I'm going to walk through if you want to do it yourself, and then I'm going to show you how to integrate IDX into the system so that you can have it generated automatically. The IDX system will pull in your data from your real estate, your realtor board. So any listings that are associated with you will automatically be pulled in, and you'll be able to create listing lead capture pages, marketing, flyers, all that kind of stuff. So, but the first thing I'm going to do is just go through the lead capture page and how to create that, because it is pretty simple. So I'm just going to walk through, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a test one that we have in our demo account that we use for this. So you're obviously going to have different images and different descriptions and features, but I'm going to just show you the basics of how to get this created. So as you're familiar with, you go to the website manager. We covered this pretty extensively. And then what you're going to do is you're going to go to options and then create a new website. And then the listing lead capture page is the last one down here. You're going to select the listing. Okay. The first thing it's going to do is going to ask for the property address. And I'm just going to take for my sample data here. Just going to enter this some information in here, and that's the address of the listing. You're going to want to confirm that. Going to say verify your listing address. If anything looks wrong, you can click the back and update the address. But if everything looks good, you're going to click next. Okay. Next information it's going to ask for is some basic data. MLS number. I'm just going to put that number in here. The price, I'm just going to put 500,000. 3 beds, 2.5 baths, and I will do 5,500 square foot. Doesn't matter, whatever your data is. And then hit next. This is where you're going to list the property features. You can list as many as you want or as little as you want, but you can put a couple of primary features on here. And I'm just going to take a couple of the samples. Cathedral ceiling, fireplace, and marble floors. You're just going to list them out, pretty simple. Attached garage. I mean, that's good enough for right now. I mean, you can keep on going if you want to and add more, but if you have 4 or 5, that's fine. So you can list them out right here. And then once you're done with your home features, you're going to click next. Okay, this is where you're going to put the description of the property. This usually is the data for, your summary or your long paragraph or whatever you have. And I'm just going to put in what we have here. Okay, and you could type this information in, and then you can review it. You can add bolding if you want to. It's just like a word processor if you want to highlight it. And let's see, want to bold this or change the color or do whatever you want. You can do that within the listing description. Okay, and once you have the listing description, oh, nice little feature. Sometimes different screen sizes. If you notice, you got a little pool here. If you want to make this bigger, you can drag it down, drag it up. If you need it to be a little bit bigger, if your text is pretty long, you can just keep on dragging it so that you can scroll a little bit easier. So that's what that little bar is there. You see that on a lot of the windows that just drags it up and down.
I just
Okay.
want to say, you guys
So
are
once you
back.
have your
Brandon, do you have me? Can you hear me?
once you have your information in there, Rand, I think I hear you. Are you talking, buddy?
I I have been trying to.
I barely hear you.
Really? Well, let me see
Yeah.
if we can get my. You can go on for a minute and let me get my.
All right. I'm going to continue on if you can get that squared away. Um,
Yeah.
So here we have the listing images. So if you have listing images, you're going to want to drop them in here. Now you can select to go to your browser, or if you have a folder open, sometimes I just like to take the images here and I can select them all, and then I just drag them right over to there, and it'll copy all of the images right to the system. But if you wanted to add more, you just click here and it'll go to your browser and open that up so that you can search for the images directly. But it's a nice little feature just to drag and drop. If you want to remove any of them, you just click on the remove. But if everything looks good and these are the images you want to have, we'll be able to order these if they're not in the right order for you in a little bit. I'll show you how to do that. But you're just going to click on save and it's going to upload and resize these images for you. If you have a lot of images, it might take a couple of minutes because it is resizing them. But if it's only a couple of images, it should be only a couple of seconds. Okay, so now we have the lead capture page created. And this is where we're going to do a little bit of fine tuning. And I'm going to go through each of these sections with you so that you can see it. Um, so the first thing we're going to notice up the top here is we have a preview button and we have a post button. The post is going to be posting it to your social media accounts. We'll go through that, but we're going to, and then the preview button is to preview the listing, prior to you activating it. So if you want to click on that, it'll open up your lead capture page. And this is just going to give us a basic one for right now. We haven't fine-tuned anything. You'll notice it's missing the display image here. These images may not be in the order that we want, but I'm just going to scroll down and you'll see if it's got the information here. If you click on this little address here, it'll open up a little zoom thing where you can zoom into the area and see the property. It's got some of the listing features that we put on here, the price, the bedrooms, bath, square footage, the description, and it's also got a map down here. And then it's got your information as your real estate agent tagged at the bottom. And this is the form fields where you can have people schedule showing or submit, request more information for it. So this is the actual preview of the lead capture page, but we're going to switch back to the editing section, and we're just going to fine tune a couple of things. The first thing we're going to do is when we're ready to, we're going to activate it. And that's going to be once we're done. So we're not going to do that just yet, but when we're ready to get this lead capture page activated, this is where we're going to just select that. And I'm going to select it because it really doesn't even matter, but it'll just go active and you'll see it switch over. The website URL, this is the full website address of the lead capture page for your listing. The website name is the address, the listing address. If you want to change this website name, you absolutely can. Just click on the edit button, it'll bring it up. By default, it just pulls in the address, but if you want to name it something else, you absolutely can do that. You would just update the website name here and then click on save. The listing address, this is another place if for any reason you put in the wrong address and it's not pulling the right GPS information, you can update that address right here. It'll search for it and you'll be able to find it. Now we do pull in Google information, so it should be pulling up. You'll notice that it's pulling up the actual address here. So this kind of just helps you make sure that you're choosing the right address. And you're typing it in correctly. So if you see that provided in there, you want to make sure you select it and then hit save. So if you need to update that or change the address or anything updates on that, you can do that right there.
Hey, Brandon, can you hear me now?
Rand, I think I hear you, buddy, but you're very, very faint. I'm not sure why.
Really, me either. I've done everything I know to do. Let's
Yeah.
see. I'll keep trying.
Um, So the next section is the assigned campaign. So this is where we sign an email and a text campaign to the listing. When people sign up, we've covered this, I know, but real quickly, when people sign up on the lead capture page, they get automatically enrolled in the email and text drip campaign system. So for your listing, you want to choose a email and text campaign. So you're going to come up here, and this looks familiar to the other listings that we go through, but you're just going to choose a buyer prospect campaign, and we'll do a buyer text message campaign, and you're going to save that to your system. Okay, and that'll automatically assign your campaign. You'll see now that it has the buyer prospect campaign and buyer text campaign assigned to this lead capture page. Okay, next is the images. Now we uploaded a couple of images, but over here you can see that you're going to be able to edit these. If you have to add more, you're going to do the same thing. Let's say you forgot to upload a couple of images. You just click on here, it'll open up a browser window. You can select your images. We already uploaded these, but I would just select one of these, and then it would upload that image. So if you forgot any, or you get a couple more images later on and you need to add them, you just come right back here and add the listing images and then hit save. Okay. This other thing here, you'll see it's got a number 1, 2. This is the ordering. So let's say you didn't want to have this order. If we look at this, maybe we want to have these outside images first, which is typical. So we would just click on the ordering option here, and you're going to see it's got these order little drag bars here. So let's say we want to move this one over to the front. We just drag it right there. Let's say I want to move this one now to the front. Okay, so now we got the outside first, coming closer, then it comes into the interior, and we'll move this out backyard one back here a little bit. So we'll just drag that. We'll move that here. Oh, actually, we're going to move this one here. Okay, so now we got a little bit of a walkthrough, chronological order type of thing. So the outside, inside, backyard view. Okay, and then once you're ready and you're happy with the order, you just hit close, and then you'll come down here. And now you'll see your new order is on here. Okay, I'm just going to switch over to the preview and refresh these changes just so we can see everything. Now we see images here. Okay, everything looks good there. We got our address, everything's good, but we don't have a display image. So what we want to do here is we want to have this image be the display image. So what I want to do is I'm just going to select it. And then we have a default image. The default image is going to be the one that's on the lead capture page. Facebook display image. This is the post image. So when you have a primary post on social media, if you want this to be your primary photo for any social media post that you do, you want to make sure you use this one. Now you can choose a different one if you want to, but typically it's the same one. So you just want to make sure that both of these check boxes are checked and then hit update. Okay, so now I'm going to come back to this preview. I'm just going to hit refresh again. And you're going to see now we got that large photo on here. Okay, so now we got a nice display photo along with all of the other photos, that we uploaded. And they'll be able to click through these and see all of the images and scroll through them all. Okay, so pretty cool.
It's
All
very
right.
easy to use. Can you hear me yet?
Barely. I can hear you a little bit better, but you're
Okay,
right.
good.
It is very easy to use.
Yeah, it is. That's unbelievable. I've got every conceivable audio file turned up all the way.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like it's just very, very faint. I'm not sure why.
Okay.
Okay, going down to the details. So we did upload a lot of these details on the original setup, but if you need to adjust any of these details, maybe the price changes, that's the most common. We do price changes. You just click on here, or to bring up the information, you'll update it. And then once you make the change, let's say maybe we did 5,800 square foot. You just hit update, and then it'll update that information, and then you'll see it's got the 5,800 on here. Again, this is everything's very easy to use, very easy to change. Each section is manageable, fairly easy. Same thing with the listing features. We put 4 on here, but let's say I wanted to add another one. I thought I had another one on here. Oh yeah, we'll do pool and spa. Oh, Sorry, I'm just gonna go back to the features. Add pool spa. Okay, just gonna add that information in. So now you see I have a pool and spa on here. If you wanted to change that one, you would just click on change. Let's just I'll spell out and update features. Now it's a pool end. So again, real easy to make changes, add them, whatever you want to do. Description, same thing. Click on the description. It'll bring in what we already put in. But if you want to change anything, if you want to, let's say you don't want to have this bolded anymore, we're just going to hit update. And again, still that little tiny little thing in the corner. If you want to drag it, if you need a little bit bigger screen or a smaller area, then hit update and it'll update description. Okay, now it's no longer bolded. Okay, here is the form headline. So where's the form headline? We're going to go right here. I'm going to scroll down, see where it says schedule showing. That's where the form headline is going to be. So if you want to change that, you're going to put it right in here. You must see this property. Okay, and hit save. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to edit this one. Yep, see now it's going to, all right, it did change it. Says you must see this property. So if you want to change the heading of this, or, let's say I want to, schedule an open house. Where to go? Sorry. Schedule a visit. Hit save. Hit refresh over here, and you'll see now it's going to say schedule a visit. Okay, so we can change that to be anything that we want it to be, even if you want to make it more text than that. If you want to have a little bit of a, some information on there, you absolutely can. So you're not limited to put anything on this. You can change it to whatever you want it to be. Okay, right now, the form fields are just the name and address, but just like the other lead capture pages, if we wanted to change something or add something, let's say I want to add a cell phone, we can go, oh, that's my font. Change this, sorry. Oh, it's not going to work for me. Oh boy. Oh, it's not working for me. I'm sorry. Hang on one second. Let me see if I can refresh this. Oh, it's not working for me. I'm sorry. But if you want to change them, it should be working for you. This is on test data, so there might be some hiccups on this on information we can and can't change. But if you wanted to change this or add this, it's very similar to how we add form fields on the lead capture pages. You would just do the same thing here. You would add the specific lead capture pages that you want to put in there. Then you can do that pretty easily. Again, if you wanted to change these to make them required or not required, you'll see it's got a little indicator here that says required. So if you want to put that information in there where they have to complete that before they can submit the form, you want to make sure that you select that box. And then the final thing in here is a submit button to sign up. If you want to change that, it must be logged me out. Hang on, I'm going to pause this real quick.
Can anybody hear me yet?
I can hear you a little bit. I can hear you a little bit better.
Oh man, I'm at a loss.
All right, let's go back to this one. See if it lets me change it now. There we go. All right. I'm going to go back to this one. I apologize for that. I'm going to go back to the form fields. So let's say I wanted to add a form field. You pull this information. This probably looks familiar to you. These are the two form fields that we have. They're required if I want to add one. And then we just remember this, we drag it over here, cell phone number, and hit add form field. Now it's got the cell phone form field. Okay. If we want to change that and make it required, we just select that right there, hit save. So, okay, so now the name, email address, and cell phone number are on here. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to the preview page. And we're going to hit refresh. Can you see that screen, Ryan?
I can see the screen you're on. I
Okay.
I
just want to make sure. I just want to make sure you can see the name, email address, and cell phone number now.
Oh, somebody said the screen is frozen.
It did freeze. Okay, hang on one second. I apologize for that.
Hey,
All right,
everybody else says they can hear me fine.
it must be, maybe it's me.
No, not maybe.
All right, we're gonna check this. Let's do this. All right, you can see the summary now.
Not yet.
I just want to make sure everybody can see this. I'm just going to put it on the preview. And then we're going to scroll down here. Now you see with the name, email address, and cell phone number on here. And if I try to click sign up, it's going to tell me that I need to fill this information out. So it's requiring the information on the, it's requiring this information to be entered in before they can actually submit the form. So if you have any form fields that you want to click, you want to add in here, this is where you'll do it if you want to require them. And again, if you wanted to change them for any reason, you just click on the change button. And you can remove that. Let's say I don't want the cell phone number anymore. I'm just going to click on
Yeah,
the.
it's still frozen, Brandon.
It's still frozen?
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. All right, let me try it again. All right, are we good now? Can everybody, is it, I'm just going to scroll. Can everybody see the screen now?
Yes.
Okay, good. All right, good, no problem. Okay, and again, we're on the form field section. We added the cell phone number and then we just removed it just to show the options on the form field. Okay, the next section is the submit button, what you want the submit button to say on the sign up form. And again, I know this is repetitive on some of the lead capture pages, but if you wanted to change that, you could change it to submit and add the button. And then if we refresh this, you'll see it comes up to a submit button. So you can customize the text on the form fields. You can customize the button information all on here. So that's it. Pretty easy, like I said, pretty easy to do. I apologize for my screen freezing. The next section is a video. Now, we don't offer posting videos on here, but if you have a YouTube video of this property, maybe there's one that's already been uploaded, or you have a video located on another platform for this, you can put that in here. So we have a sample here from a YouTube video. That's the one we usually use. And this is the coding for it. So again, this is a little bit more advanced, but if you have a video and you want to incorporate that into here and it's from YouTube, it's pretty easy to do. YouTube uses what's called the embed feature, embed code, and that's located right up here. If you're in YouTube, it's pretty common. It's under a share embed option. So that's what you want to use to copy the code from any type of YouTube video if that's where your platform's on. So, and then you would just put the code in there, and then you'll see the information on here, and now you'll see the video for the property is listed on here. And then if I come back to my screen here for my preview, we're now going to have a video tour, video walkthrough of the property. So that's one way to add a video into your system. Now, the most common again is YouTube, but you can use other platforms as long as they allow an embed feature. That's the big thing, and we put that on here. It needs to say embed. It's a technical term for allowing another third-party website to come into the client creator website system. They use an embed system. Okay, so that goes through on the video, and then there's a thank you page if you want to put customized text for after they engage on the lead capture page. You can customize the follow-up on this, even if you want to put a link to something else or a property information, or you want to put a special message on them after they engage on it. You can put that information here. You can type that up however you want, and that once they engage on the lead capture page for the listing, they'll be taken to this thank you page, and it'll show that information. So if you want to put any special message or any thank you text after they engage, you can put that on there. Sometimes if you want to remind people that there's an upcoming open house or anything like that, you can typically do that right here. The last section is the page details. Some of the information that can be modified on this from the background color. If you want to change the background color, and again, this is going to be in a similar system from our uh, lead capture pages. You can click on any of these colors and drag them. It's got that big color wheel, so you can customize the color of the lead capture page. And again, it's very similar to the lead capture pages where we change the color. The redirect after sign up. This is if you want to send them to another website after they engage. And this sometimes can happen if you want to send them to a listing details, or again, I talked about open house. Sometimes they'll send them to an advertisement for an open house that's coming out for this property. Or if you just want to send them to any other specific website after they engage, you would put that here. Otherwise, if there's no website redirect, they'll just get that thank you message that that we just covered. So you have a couple of different options here on what happens after they engage on the lead capture page. You can either just send them a nice thank you, or you can redirect them to another website. Continuing on that, for other options for after they engage, if you have a flyer that you want them to download for this property, you would upload that here. So if you have something, again, sometimes people have open house flyers that they want people to have an option for, or if you have a flyer that has more information on the property, you can put that here. So as soon as they enter in their information on the form fields, they'll automatically be able to download this flyer. So again, just multiple options on what they can do after they engage. On this also, we have a disclaimer and header script. Covered this on the lead capture pages where we make it available on all of the systems. If you have specific information that needs to be disclosed on these lead capture pages, you'll just put that in the disclaimer section. If you have to meet any realtor or realtor board guidelines, this is where that information would be entered. And finally, the header script. We leave this at the very bottom because this is more advanced for everybody. This is only going to be if you're familiar with coding and you want to put in the header script, you want to have to put that information in here. It is JavaScript only, so you'll only be putting in JavaScript coding. If you're not familiar with this or you're not sure, reach out to support first. Covered this previously. If you put the wrong coding in here or something's not correct, it's going to throw errors on your website. So don't use this section unless you have unless you're comfortable with it and you're familiar with the header scripts. Okay, so that covers everything on the lead capture pages. And again, what we would do here is I wouldn't have activated that in the very beginning. It would be still not active. And then I would come through, make sure everything's good. And then once it's ready to go and you're ready to use it, you click on activate. And then it'll activate the lead capture page. So then you can send it out, you can post it. If you do have social media, all of your social media accounts incorporated with your client creator account, you click on post, and this will create a nice little post for you to use. Okay. So it's going to pull in the information. The website link is already going to be pulled in here. The description that's on here is already going to be on here. We're going to actually change this default picture. We're going to upload one of our own ones that we have on here. So I'm going to choose this outdoor one. Home for sale, it's got the address, and then I'm going to hit save. See, now it's got the new image on here. So this is what your post is going to look like. This is going to be the link of your post right up here. This is going to be the description of the post. This is going to be the image that's used in the post. This is going to be the little title that shows up underneath of the post, a short description, which is typically the property address, and hashtags that are used on the property. And then once you have this all ready to go, you would just click on this post and it'll send it out to all of your social media platforms, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. So they'll all get posted to your social media platforms with one click of a button. So you don't have to go and post separately to each individual one. Client Creator does it all for you. And then you'll see those advertisements go right into your social media feeds. So again, cool feature to be able to send out this information once you have the lead capture page, and you can come back to this in a couple of days and repost it again if you want to. You just click on that post and the post will already be set up for you. And then you can just click post to your social media. So if you want to post it a couple times a week, you can do that, with one click of a button. So a real easy way to incorporate that. Okay, one other thing I wanted to go through with you and show you, and I'm going to stop sharing this because I'm going to open up another screen, is we talked about the IDX. Okay, we have an option for IDX into Client Creator, and I'm going to show you how that works pretty quickly. IDX is going to be a way to incorporate um, your realtor board into your lead capture pages automatically. Now, this is an additional cost from your realtor board. Again, we're trying to help you with this, and unfortunately, realtor boards they're not very good, and they charge data fees to send information to us if you have listings. But it does make a nice, real cool feature for you to be able to have your listings automatically pulled into Client Creator so that you can use those post features and those listing features, rather quickly. So once you have it integrated, I'm just going to show you how easily it functions. We would just click on the IDX, and this is just going to pull in. This is demo data, so this is just going to be some information that we pulled just to give you a summary. But you saw that it was just scrolling right there. Pulls in all of the listings that you have. So if you have quite a few listings, it'll pull all of them in here for you. And what's this do? So the IDX feature allows you to do a couple of things. One, you can send IDX searches to your clients. And I'll show you what that is. You'll see this little IDX button on here. If we click on that, I'm just going to continue. Again, this is demo data. That's why it's not all pulled in here. So you'll see this is just an IDX search. It's got your branding at the top of it. You can search by cities, the property type, min, max. I mean, this is pretty common for search features that are available. And you'll also notice that if you send this to people, they'll have all your feature properties listed down here on the side. So if you have a couple properties for sale, this will be displayed on your search features. But anybody can search property here, and they'll be able to pull that information pretty easily. I don't know if there's anything, not. So if you do a little search, you'll see that it pulls up all the information for the search criteria. Again, this is pretty common, but it's a nice little feature to have available within your Client Creator system. If you don't already have this, this available. The other option here is if you click on these listings, now we automatically pull in your information. You'll see there's a listing address here. If you click on this three little dots here, you're going to have a couple of different options. Listing details, this is going to show you the summary of the listing. Create a website. This is automatically going to create a website based on the information that you have. So what we just walked through step by step with Client Creator, this is going to do in seconds. It's going to pull all the information in, and I'll show you how that happens real quick. Or if you have an open house for this listing, this will also create an open house listing. So I'm going to click on the listing details just so you can see a summary of this. It'll pull up the information. This is all the realtor data that's being pulled in from the MLS, all the images. You'll see all the information in here. All the description, the feature properties, you got map, you have schools, you got a walk score, and you got a mortgage calculator. All of this is pulled into your system. You'll see all the features, the description, the location information, all of that is pulled in here. Okay, so this is a pretty cool listing details page. The other thing that we can do is we can go in and we can create a lead capture page for this listing pretty quickly. So everything that we did, it's going to see how fast that was. It pulls all the information in automatically. So you can pull everything in and create a lead capture page in seconds for this listing. So it's a pretty nice system to be able to create lead capture pages fairly quickly if you already have it pulled into the IDX system. If you have an open house that's coming up, it'll also allow you to create an open house for this. So if you click on create an open house, let's say we're going to have an open house Saturday, February 15th at 1 p.m. Okay. We create an open house and it'll automatically create an open house listing for you for this listing, both in the date. We can add some images to this, has your information, a sign-in sheet. So what you can do here is when you have an open house, you can use these open houses for uh, being at your listing. So when people can come up to it, they can come up and sign in. So this will add anybody to your lead capture page or to your database that comes to your open house. So a nice little way you could have a little laptop or a tablet for people to come into your open house and sign in, and it automatically adds them to your database and client creator. So instead of having the old sign in where they write their name, they can just come in here, type in their name, email address, and cell phone number, and it'll automatically add them to your database so that you have them. So, and that, again, a nice little easy way to create an open house summary, for your listings if you need to capture some data or add those clients to your database system. So again, just again, some pretty cool features on the listing system that you're allowed to do or able to do with the IDX. Just kind of makes things a little bit easier, faster to manage, and helps hopefully helps the realtors out as well. Okay, I think I talked enough and covered enough. Rand, I didn't know if you had anything you wanted to go over before we end this.
We've got 5 or 6 questions real quick.
Sure.
Did this start a few minutes ago? The answer is quite a few minutes ago now. You to everyone, yes. Brian Lane to everyone, 10:05. Can we watch the video again somewhere? Yes. You
Yes,
can.
of course. All videos, all Zoom calls, all training is all located in your video library. If you want to learn how to use the system, this goes through all of this, but any of these Zoom calls are in the Zoom category, and you just select that and you'll see all the Zoom meetings. And again, this was last week's Zoom meeting. Um, and then shortly after this one's over, you'll see today's date with the website listings listed in there so that you can watch that at any time.
Okay. Don't understand the drag and drop. Will be size limit on. Will there be a size limit on it?
Yeah, the drag and drop is just to drag your files to the system, but you don't have to use the drag and drop if you don't want to. That's fine. I'm just going to go back into this listing that we were working on. Might have been this one, I'm not sure. So even if you don't have drag and drop, you could just click on the images here on this little edit, and you could it's either dropping them, so you like open up another window and drag them over, so you're just dragging it over here. But if you don't want to do that, just click on it. It'll open up a browser window. You can select one and hit open. Okay, and hit save, and it'll add that picture in there. So you don't have to use a drag and drop if you're not comfortable with it. It just makes it so that if you have multiple windows open and you have a whole bunch, let's say you have a whole bunch of pictures in one time, instead of doing them one by one, you can just drag them right over from that one screen to the other, and it'll upload those files.
Okay. Don't understand. Will there be a size limit?
There is a size limit. We resize it for you. So honestly, the larger your files are, the longer they're going to take to upload and resize. We try to keep pictures, if you can, if you're able to, keep them under 1 MB in size, total size. That just allows our system to work a little bit more efficiently. Obviously, if they're larger, it's fine too, but our system will resize them. So what happens is you upload them, our system says, okay, this is 4 MB. I got to make this smaller. So then it goes through what's called an image processor, shrinks it all down so that it's a good size, and then we'll, update your listing. So that obviously happens pretty quickly, but if you have a whole bunch of pictures that need to be resized, it can make the process a little bit longer.
Okay. Thank you. Great to know I can get through this slowly. You can go as fast as you want or as slow as you want. Thank you. Great to know what I can go through slowly. Same question. All right, next. How can we create a landing page for our Monday morning copy? Well,
Uh,
it's already created.
yeah, Monday Morning Coffee is already on a template for the Monday Morning Coffee. You don't really create a landing page for that. That's not really what it's intended for.
Okay, next question. I think you're scrolling back and forth and back and forth. Cannot see but white page. Cannot see anything but white page. Your page is blank. That's back when we were trying to figure it out. Thank you. Great to know I can go through slowly with the video. This is a great feature. Thank you. We think they are. Okay, let's see if I can get through. Hashtags for social media. Can they put hashtags in?
Oh yeah, absolutely. In the post, you can change hashtags. Remember when we clicked on post here, you had hashtag options right down here if you want to do that. You could change those as needed.
Okay. And I think we got this to go. Go through slowly, yes. I've been trying to join for 15 minutes and cannot receive any information. So they haven't been able to log in. You have any tips for that?
Not familiar with what they're speaking of, but if they're still having a problem, they can email support@clientcreator.com. I'm sure they'll be able to help them.
Yeah. Okay, I think that's it. There was one more about leads, and I'm not seeing it right now. Okay, still frozen. All right, I think that's it for today. Thank you so much. Have a
All right.
great day. Yeah,
All right, everybody. Thank you very much.
thank you, Brandon.